All right, Coach, two big wins this weekend, and I guess at the end of last week. Getting ready for conference, starting conference play this weekend. Just give me your overall thoughts on your team's performance over the weekend and what you think going into the start of conference play at the end of this week.
Yeah, I mean, it was a long trip to Arkansas. We came away with all three of our wins. They were close. They were very close. I mean, the 4-3 against Henderson on the first day could have gone either way. We didn't get the doubles point. As much as I bragged on our number one doubles team from last week, where we got a top 10 win and then played really well against Harding, we lost two matches that won doubles that we shouldn't have lost this weekend. Fortunately, we only lost a doubles point that one time, but there's just like a little bit, we weren't completely sharp there. But to the credit of everyone, they picked themselves up and battled through some 3-set matches to get that one against Henderson State, who was like a very tough team. And then had to pick ourselves up, 20 hours later to go play Arkansas Tech, they were also a very tough, scrappy team. We dropped number one doubles again, but we made a little bit of a change at 3 doubles, mostly just like for a new look and to keep some people more fresh, and then we're able to get the doubles point there. And then that one was close as well. I mean, that one we had to really pull out some second sets to get some matches into thirds, to turn that one in our favor. It ended up being a little bit lopsided at the end in those matches that we turned, but it was very dicey for a good 30-40 minute period there where just some of the performances by a few players were able to pull that one out of the fire for us. And then going into Ouachita, there was a question about that last week about playing 3 matches in one weekend and how the team's going to respond to that, because it's something that you don't do super often. And we had a chat about that before we started warming up against Ouachita yesterday, because I was like, look, 3 matches back-to-back days. Our match against Henderson State was 4 hours long. The match against Arkansas Tech was probably 3.5 hours long. And so I was like, look, the last time we played 3 matches in a row was the conference championships last year. And the next time we're going to do it again after this is conference championships this year, hopefully. So it's like, look, we just have to be able to, bring the best energy and really focus on getting through this. And as proud as I was for us fighting really hard to, dig out those tough ones against Henderson and Ark Tech, really kind of like the cleanest performance was the one yesterday when we were the most tired and the most banged up, had to make some changes to get some fresher legs in there, and to walk away with that one 6-1, and we really almost got the whole thing. Was really impressive from them. So going into conference play, I mean, I think we will be riding a decent amount of confidence. The plan in January, I really thought we should have been 9-0 going into conference play. We're 7-1 right now. So it's pretty good. I think, like I said, there's a lot of parity within the conference. We're gonna have to dive into a lot of the neutral or common opponents. Kingsville has a couple common opponents with us, and that's who we've got this weekend. So really just kind of do a little bit of research and see kind of what to expect from them at certain spots. But I know that the team is really, really pumped to get out there again.
And then that kind of leads me into my question. Y'all had some gritty wins, and y'all are heading into y'all's first LSC match on the road against Kingsville. Definitely a team y'all are no stranger to, and then we look on the schedule, you see that there was some parities. Y'all haven't competed against them, but in tournaments, they've only dropped 1 match as well. What's the game plan heading into this week with the team?
Yeah, I mean, we went down and played in their fall tournament, so we got a chance to see some of their girls there. They're very good at the very top. Alessa Myers, at least for this year, currently based on the fall results, is the top player in the region. We handled her pretty comfortably last year, but that was a completely different matchup, and I think she's really, really grown in the last year since then. So she's going to be tough at the top. I think we have to lean on our doubles. I mean, I think that we should expect to win the doubles point, every time out, and if we can get that against Kingsville, which is not going to be easy, but if we can get that, I think that gives us a little bit of a boost going into the singles. But they're very, very tough at number one, which a lot of times that sets the tone for the whole match, is what happens on the top singles court. Fortunately, Letizia, who's playing number one for us, is undefeated, right now in singles and doubles, so she's playing really, really well. So, I think that's, if that's the matchup at one singles, I think that's going to be like a real battle. That'll be some really good tennis. And then, I think they are very similar in level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have maybe like a little bit more stratification than them. So it'll be really interesting to see what the matchups are, and I think we'll feel really, really good knowing that it's only one match this weekend instead of a 9-hour drive and 3 matches on back-to-back days that were really long, tough matches. So I think they're all really definitely gonna enjoy their day off today. Probably some of them take an extra day off tomorrow just to freshen up a little bit. But I know that, especially from how good it felt for them to be able to do what we did in the postseason last year, I think that they have an even better kind of appreciation for how things change a little bit when you go into conference play. So I know they're going to be pretty fired up for that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.